camera. We're not friends yet.
We're not
All right, well, Anderson Valley Brewing Company brew house on the playground. I guess this is like two separate brew houses basically put together. And the dude that originally founded the place traveled over to Bavaria himself personally and kind of built this shit together. So step one I'll show you is another floor above us. So this is a 3-level place, but most of the action happens here. Up here we got the mash tun. I'm gonna cruise up here and take a look. So you can see on the back side there's that big 5-inch pipe that comes down, that's the grain chute. Then there's another like 2-inch pipe that comes in, which is hot and cold water. And then it all gets introduced. We'll weigh out our acids or salts depending on what we're doing. And then you can see inside there's just a giant agitator. So the grain comes in the back, control the water temperature, make sure everything is nice and homogenized. That's about a 20-minute process. And then it's usually about 3,000 pounds to about 7,000 pounds of grain, kind of.
Yep.
Depends on the styles. Those are the light ones, stouts, triples, all that shit's the heavier grain bill. Once we get our extraction, we get the rest, the protein rest, making sure all the grain's basically blown up. Then we will send it over here. Agitator will be engaged. This is called the water tun. And inside here you can see there's these false bottom grates. So they're V-shaped, they're flat on the top, and then they go down to a V on the bottom. And then I have control of these rates right here, and it's adjustable right here. And I can raise them up, lower them, increase, decrease the speed, whatever I need to do to make sure that I'm only at this point pulling the starch water, which is called wort, from here. And then it'll go over to either our 100-barrel kettle or our 85-barrel kettle. And I just used this guy today. It's me and another guy, the other guy. All these gangsters, his name's Tina. He taught me, what's up? Cool ass motherfucker. And it's copper outside, stainless steel inside, and this piece right here, this rocket, is called the calandria. And these two pipes on the side right here actually feed steam into it, and it runs through that shit and it comes up. So inside there's a series of pipes, and it runs through those pipes. So it's like the steam circulates around it, and it runs through the pipes and gets heated, so it does this like waterfall, whoosh, like the ocean. It's fucking badass. Makes for good optimal control of temperature. And then same shit as before, except this is the 85, slightly smaller. You know, it's so when me and Tino were jamming, we usually brew about 50,000 pints a day. I don't know where the fuck they go. They go somewhere though, but it's mainly like Russia, Indonesia, Lithuania, a lot of Asia and shit like that.
Nice.
So there's that guy. So a quick refresher. Mash tun, grain to water. Once we get our temps right over here, we do the wrap and rake. It's a glass blowing term, but I like to just talk shit and kind of keep it easy. So 20 minutes, about an hour and a half there, and then about an hour and a half boil, and then from there we'll ship it from, there's all this plumbing up here which goes over to the cellar, which I'll show you. And the way that I control all of this, a lot of this shit used to have, it used to be used, but it's outdated. So basically all of these things here are consolidated into this little panel. And on this is basically all the plumbing on where I want to send something, if I want to send something. So for example, let's see if I have the drain open. If I wanted to say I need hot water in the kettle, I'll actually do that real quick. So I'll go spray balls up.
Whoa.
Hot water. Boom.
Hot water. Ready for a shower.
You know what I mean?
Dude, this shit's pretty dope.
So that's how I can control whatever I need to. So this is just the path like I was saying, but as every step happens,
yeah.
I'll have to drain that shit.
But god damn it.
All that does is it comes in, so it's literally a big shower in there.
Alright. Sick.
I personally don't know once it's cold, but we normally put about 117 barrels, so do the math, 117 times 31, and that should give you what it holds. So,
Decent amount.
and then the same thing over there, we can do about 117 in there. So, like I said before, step one, here's the panel. Hot, cold, flow rate, if I want to open or close the grist case, which is what holds the grain, if I want to preheat, if I want to agitate the grain to get any excess grain that's gotten stuck. And then I can go to the next step, the mash vessel itself, not the mix station, to the mash. I can engage the agitator. I can tell it to go to send from the mix station over here to preheat this. Because we preheat everything because it's such a large volume that if you don't have something so large preheated, it's going to take you a lot to get it warm enough to get your extraction. There's not enough time that we have to do that shit, so we just preheat ahead of time.
Yeah.
And then once I get everything where it needs to be, like I said, then this screen controls this guy exclusively. The rakes, the depth, the height, the speed, all that shit. And then when I want to send over to this guy, I'll hit lauder to K100 or K85. And then we'll go to the screen here. And this is the 100 barrel kettle. And this really just controls the steam valve that tells the 3 boilers that we have to turn the percentage of steam coming in to get our set point. So we really don't max them that hard because they're fucking beastie. These things are workhorses. And so here's the 85, similar setup, just different color panels so we don't get them mixed up. And then once that's finished, here's the whirlpool screen, and we'll take a look at that upstairs. So this big ass fucking tank, it's fucking huge.
Yeah.
When I want to send from the whirlpool, which is the last step of the brew process before it goes into the fermenters after it's being brewed, well, it's the second to last step, really. And that's basically it. So that's all the control I have on this side of the building, and then everything else can be controlled over in the cellar. But we're gonna go upstairs to the grain room, and then we're gonna go on the roof and smoke a motherfucking joint.